Yelp generated $1.3 billion in revenue last. Care.com hit $260 million. Angie, formerly Angie's List, crossed $1.6 billion in revenue last year. All directory business. But you don't need that scale to make money. People are building niche directories in their spare time and generating $500 to $2,000 monthly recurring revenue per client, sometimes $5,000 to $12,000 or more when they upsell additional services. If you think directories are outdated, you're looking at the wrong examples. The issue is that the rules have changed. What worked for directory sites in 2015 will destroy your chances this year. The algorithms evolved, user expectations shifted, and if you're building directories the old way, you're wasting your time. I've been studying the directories winning right now, ones that are actually making money, and I've identified 15 rules that separate success from failure. These are strategies generating real results. So I'm gonna break down all 15 rules in this video, and in the end, I'm gonna show you the fastest way to implement them if you wanna skip the technical headaches. Also, drop a comment if you want me to give you the full written breakdown with examples, and I can just send it to you. All right, so let's dive right into it. The first rule is that niche destroys generic every time. Now, this might sound counterintuitive since I just mentioned that Yelp's revenue was, but consider this. It costs $1.28 billion per year to run Yelp. Because even though Yelp has plenty of profit, if you're watching this video, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you don't have a couple $100 million or a couple $1 billion to put into your directory. So for the rest of us, it makes far more sense to build ultra specific directories that focus on one thing or one small geographic area, like our city or some combination of the two. West LA professional services. Would you rather be the 100th general business directory nobody remembers, or the go-to place for finding Shopify apps and e-commerce, the definitive source for local Denver businesses, the only directory that matters for B2B AI tools? Profitable directories pick a niche that's so specific that they become the default discovery hub for that category. Instead of being just another list, they're the place that people immediately think of when they need those kinds of solutions. Rule 2, your directory needs to actually solve a workflow and not just provide a list. People don't want to scroll through hundreds of random listings hoping to find something relevant. Your directory needs to actually help them make a decision and find what they need. So it needs to be a decision-making tool. So while you might have intelligent filters that can be really useful for matching providers or matching users to service providers or restaurants or businesses based on specific needs, comparison views that highlight key difference. Things like built-in calculators estimating costs or ROI, templates embedded in category pages that can provide immediate value. The important thing is when someone lands on your directory, they shouldn't feel like they're looking at a phone book. They should feel like they found a consultant who understands their situation and is actually guiding them to the best solution. That workflow approach works, but only if search engines can actually find and understand your content. Otherwise, it's hard to get people there. And that's where most directories fail today, especially with the changes. And that's because rule number 3, Google's AI summaries pull information from structured, trustworthy sources that provide genuine editorial value. If your directory copies and pastes company descriptions from their websites, you're invisible to these systems. The directories and information featured in AI overviews have clean data, unique descriptions written by humans, and expert context that you can't just find everywhere else. They can't just be aggregating information, they actually have to add insights, comparisons, and analyses that make listings more valuable than the original sources themselves. So every listing needs to provide something unique. Your analysis of a company's strengths and weaknesses, pricing insights you've gathered, user feedback, giving context about who this works for. Then content is just going to get ignored. So rich editorial content is what gets amplified. However, creating all of that unique content means nothing if the underlying data is wrong, which is bringing us to rule number 4, that data quality is your competitive moat. Now, obviously you need to be accurate and complete for every listing. So accuracy and completeness is non-negotiable for every listing. Hot chicken, because we actually want to provide the information that people need and is correct according to the business. That means things like consistent name, address, and phone number are all going to be in here. All the information that you need just as a basis for knowing where this place is. Bad data is going to kill trust faster than anything else. So if someone clicks a listing and finds that this link, or they find outdated offers where we talk about things on their menu that haven't been there in years, it's not going to be really helpful. And if we have irrelevant tags, they're not just going to abandon this one listing. They're not going to come to our website for any other information. And so our directory is just going to lose their entire confidence. They're going to assume that everything is suspect and may or may not be correct. If there's any question that it could be wrong, it's wrong, because you just want to go somewhere that you can trust and you know is correct. And that's why the winning directories obsess over data quality for this. So they have systems for regularly checking and updating information. They verify claims And this can be before publishing, or once they publish a listing, they reach out and make sure that the business that they've got listed, that they know the information that's on there and they can respond whether or not that information is accurate. All right, so now you've got accurate data, but how do you help users make sense of these hundreds of accurate listings? That requires something of a ranking system, or even by popularity from like Google or another resource, you can create your own framework, like an editor score, a trust index, a value score, something that makes sense for your niche. Review quality and quantity, verification status, responsiveness, how long they've been in business, how well they fit a specific use case. You want to be transparent about what factors go into your scoring while maintaining any kind of authority to make those editorial decisions. When businesses trust that you know what's going on in the industry or the locale, if it's a local directory like mine that I showed you. So when people trust your directory, they actually come back or they'll tell others about it. But as you might have guessed, trust goes way beyond just having a scoring system. Users, again, need to know that the listings themselves are legitimate. And hey, quick note, if you're following along this thinking this sounds like a lot of work, you are absolutely right. Building a directory the right way takes effort. That's exactly why we built Smart Directory AI. It handles all the technical setup, data structure, and automation, so you can focus on the strategy that I'm covering. You can have a professional directory live in about 20 minutes with client prospecting ready in 1 to 2 hours, and I'll share more about that at the end. But for now, back to building trust with your users. Rule number 6, verification and trust signals. So unverified and anonymous listings feel like spam to modern users. They expect some kind of verification badges, business checks, domain verification, and clear moderation guidelines showing someone is maintaining quality standards. Review policies that explain how you handle things like fake reviews, public moderation guidelines, showing that you're serious about quality. You also want clear messaging about why certain listings might get removed. Users, both from the community and the business side, want to see that there's a real effort made to maintain high quality and standards, and that directories that ignore that verification look a little bit more sketchy, just like business listing sites that nobody trusts. But the ones that take it seriously do build genuine authority, so you definitely want to think about that. And therefore, once you've established that trust foundation, you need content that keeps people coming back. And that's not just something that you can create alone. Rule number 7, user-generated content is your growth engine. So think of reviews, questions and answers, screenshots, case studies, content created by users to keep your directory really alive and humming. And this is kind of like a content flywheel. More content from users creates more users. It helps your SEO, it brings in more people, and it attracts, again, more users. So if you have something like a way for people to put reviews on your website, and businesses themselves can have people review and put that on your website as opposed to just like Google reviews, that's going to be really helpful. Let's say you allow things like upvotes and downvotes so people can see which reviews are favored. That's also helpful. And the best directories really feel alive because there's constantly new content from real users. And this fresh content also helps with SEO. Search engines love sites that are regularly updated with new relevant information. You have that critical question, how do you make money without destroying the trust you just built? But rule number 8 is to align monetization with user value. So if you're selling top placements to just whoever pays the most, that's going to destroy trust if it's not clearly labeled as advertising. Users can tell that the rankings are manipulated for money, and they're not going to really trust my directory that much. So better monetization models are something like what I'm showing you. So it's freemium listings where basic is free, but enhanced features cost money. I can do lead fees or referral commissions like care.com, where you only make money when you deliver value. SaaS style profile upgrades, giving businesses things like analytics, lead management tools, messaging capabilities, sponsored content that's clearly separate from ranking. But I want to make sure whatever I'm doing that my revenue model aligns with actually helping users find the best solutions. And the ideal scenario with all of this, and really like all business in general, is when your incentives are aligned with user success, both of you are aligned, everyone wins. So that's the goal here. And this kind of brings us to rule number 9. Each listing should be optimized with clear benefits, social proof, frequently asked questions, strong calls to action. People should understand exactly what makes this business special and how to take the next step, ideally without leaving your directory. So you want to include smart internal linking between related tools, companies, categories, and curated collections. You want to keep people engaged with your directory as long as possible while they research options. And this is where every listing should really feel like a complete resource, not just kind of like a basic business card. But the best content in the world won't work if your site looks outdated or loads slowly. And this is rule number 10, design and UX impacts rankings. Again, mobile first design is an optional. Fast loading times are expected. You need scannable cards, logo, category, rating, key differentiators, show all of that stuff. That's essential. Modern users expect sophisticated search capabilities, clean images, and real useful information. This can include things like comparison tables, lists. Businesses that you list expect a simple onboarding process when claiming profiles. We include these really simple claim flows right out of the box in Smart Directory AI, but it's easy enough to set these up yourself, especially if you use a CRM like Go High Level. Again, when it comes down to it, directories that feel modern and polished get more engagement and have higher user satisfaction. The ones that look outdated get abandoned immediately. But modern design alone isn't quite enough anymore because it is so easy to build beautiful looking directories out of the box. The winning directories are evolving way beyond static websites entirely. Rule number 11, you want to view directories as SaaS hybrids. The best directories aren't just websites. They're becoming platforms for offering services that also help the businesses they list. This doesn't just help you, it helps that business in and of itself. Features like adding AI agents to handle booking or customer support, optimization for local SEO, website building, social posting, and much more. Those things all give businesses real value beyond just being listed. When your directory becomes that gateway to providing other services that businesses need, it becomes far more than just a website. It's now an actual prospecting tool that helps you get businesses and helps businesses get more as your clients. So if you do this, then you've created real stickiness and recurring value. Again, this is where Smart Directory AI really helps significantly because it's built on Go High Level, which means you get all of the CRM, the automation, and many of the marketing tools that you need to run an entire agency, either as a solopreneur or a small team right out of the box. You're not building a static site, you're deploying a platform, but your directory needs presence where your target audience already spends time. So maybe that's social media, maybe that's newsletters, online communities, marketplaces. Out of the box with Smart Directory AI, we have a bunch of email templates and sequences. So when you add businesses to your directory, you'll actually be able to email them, notifying them of the listing, recommending they claim it, and that they make any updates they want to make their profile more attractive. You can partner with niche creators to feature your category pages, develop public leaderboards that you can share as valuable content across platforms. What you want to do is drive traffic from multiple sources. You don't just want to rely on SEO, although SEO should absolutely be part of your strategy. And if you're building a local directory, you can always just go out and talk to business owners. Use it as an opportunity both to introduce yourself and your directory. The only thing you want to be aware of is more traffic also means more spam attempts. And that brings us to rule 13, anti-spam and moderation policies. So if you don't have any guidelines, then that's kind of a red flag for making your directory look unprofessional. You want transparent listing guidelines, review moderation rules, clear messaging about why listings might get removed, and easy ways for users to report problems. This really isn't just about preventing spam, showing users and businesses alike that you take quality seriously and that there are real standards that they can expect. Professional moderation policies build confidence and encourage higher quality submissions. So you just want to make sure that there's some layer of approval that businesses go through when trying to add a listing to your directory, as well as when claiming it. So again, with Smart Directory AI, we have this in place for you out of the box, but it's really easy to set something similar up for yourself if you're building a directory on your own. So now you've got policies in place, but how do you know what's actually working? This is where you need analytics and feedback loops. So one of the things that you should have had for decades now is some kind of tracking for which categories, filters, and listings are getting the most engagement. This is data that's going to help you refine things like your layout, how you're ranking businesses, and user experience. So you want to build feedback systems for both users and these listed businesses. You can ask users if listings were helpful. You can ask businesses if they're getting qualified leads. And you want to use this feedback to make data-driven decisions about improvements. Directories that iterate based on real user feedback consistently are going to outperform those that just kind of set it and forget it. It's very easy, especially with Google Analytics or GA4. You can set it up completely for free. There are tons of tutorials all over, so I won't get into it right here. You can do a search for Website Analytics GA4, and you'll find good information about how to set this up for your directory site. Now this brings us to the final rule, and it is the most important one for actually getting started. Rule 15, start small, iterate fast. So don't try to build the perfect comprehensive directory from day one. Launch an MVP or minimum viable directory focused on one specific niche, geography, or problem that you can solve really, really well. Follow the iterative loop. Get a few great listings, drive traffic to them, collect feedback from users and businesses, refine your ranking and user experience, then expand that from that solid foundation. This approach is much more likely to succeed than trying to compete with established players across multiple categories immediately. And again, honestly, this is why we built Smart Directory AI to have everything you need out of the box. We want to reduce that time between you deciding to have a directory and you having a directory so you can actually make money from it. You can set up your directory site in less than 20 minutes. And we know this because I actually timed Tom doing it and it only took him 17 minutes. We've made it even faster since the video. Within 1 to 2 hours, you can have a bunch of listings added to your directory in a completely personalized directory site that you can actually get revenue from using premium listings and getting clients. The directory business is not dead. It's just evolved way beyond what most people recognize and what most people have conceived of. But the opportunities are far bigger than ever, especially for people who understand these rules and implement them correctly. The barriers to entry are incredibly low, but the barriers to success are a little bit higher because users expect so much more. If you want to build a successful directory in 2026, think of yourself as building a specialized tool that becomes indispensable, not just another website listing businesses. Focus on data quality, user experience, and genuine value creation. Now, if you're interested in building your own directory without the technical check out Smart Directory AI. I've got a link to a free trial below in the description, so there's absolutely no risk to you. Smart Directory AI is designed to help you create professional directory sites in about 20 minutes and start attracting clients through automated systems. You get the technical infrastructure, the prospecting workflows, and free training showing you exactly how to make your first $1,000 or more monthly from a directory. The link is in the description. Check it out. And remember, comment below if you want the complete written guide breaking down all 15 rules with additional examples, and I'll send it directly to you. The directory opportunity is real if you build it the right way. Follow these rules, focus on genuine value, and you'll position yourself for success. Thanks for watching. That's all for now.